Hello, everybody. It's Gwen, Crafty Lady Designs. I'm back with another flip through. I just finished this journal. Now, this is a uh, upscale. I want to forget what you call. I bought this book. It says the three makers. It's a from Children's Library. I got it at a thrift store for $1, and so I have gutted it and I have completely revamped it. And I wanted to do a flip through. It is a hardback book with a spine. Now I sewed the signatures. I sewed the signatures in a fake spine and then attached it to. It is hardback, as I say, and it's from the Young Folks Library. The outside cover I covered up with a piece of cardstock, some this. And I made these little envelopes with the help of Wendy. Wendy's journal adventure. Wendy is so talented, and I watch all of her tutorials, and I made a whole bunch of journals. And I got a new sewing machine, Wendy. If you're watching this, I got a new. My sewing machine was 40 years old. I did buy a little. Crafting sewing machine that worked okay, but it got me a new Brothers, virtually like yours, and I absolutely love it. I do like the hand controls opposed to the feet. So the upshot is I made a ton of embellishments with the cards like Wendy does and whatever. So the front is one of the cards I made. It has zigzag all around. I've got two inserts in here that I made as well. This is a stamp that I've had for years, and I just made a card. Now, I have some Edith Holden. I bought an Edith Holden book from the thrift store as well. So I've used some of that, like Wendy. Now, Nick the Booksmith, I've made, I think the book the other day that I did, the last one that I went through, she had provided us with some little cut aparts type things. The journal was one of them that I put on here. And then this is a paper clip that I made, and this is a money roll. I showed these the other day and said it was money envelopes. It's not. It's a coin roll where you put in nickels, dimes, quarters, and whatever, and it's got some lace on it, and it's got a flower on it and whatever, and it hides the paper clip. And I showed these the other day. So that is the front of the book, and it is tied together with seam binding that I have dyed with some spray. I didn't coffee dye it. It's all coffee dyed papers. And when we go inside, we see this. Now, this came from Wendy as well. It is so clever. I've got a punch. I got an old McGill's punch that punches the tabs. And then I put a grommet in there, and then with little, I don't know if you can see them real well, but with grommet pins, I put on little trinkets or whatever. I got a bead, and I got another bead there, and then this is a little heart, and on the back it says love. Now I have 3 signatures in here, and all 3 signatures are encased in cardstock, and it is all Tim Holtz's cardstock. And on the front here I made a pocket. I made an angled pocket, and I put on behind the cheesecloth, and this was cheesecloth on the front as well, one of the paper dolls of Tim Holtz's. And then we'll get into my sewing. I have sewed like crazy, Wendy. This is one of the tags that I sewed. Put a grommet in it with some seam binding. This is just a card that you could journal on. I stuck down in there. Now I made this envelope, and I think I'm not sure whose idea this is. Very simple, but I made the little paper envelope, and then I stitched all the way around it, and then I stamped on the top. I think it's Yolanda's, but I'm not real sure. So I made several of those. So that goes in here with the tag and with the little journaling card. Now I have taken on I'm sorry, this is a new setup for me, and I'm having a hard time getting used to it. Uh, I put some scraps of fabric, little tags on the front top of each signature. When you open the signature, here's a doily, and here's the calligraphy paper like I used, and I stamped it, or I punched it with Martha Stewart punch. Then I, of course, wishing you all things fabulous, a stamp I have. Now, I left a lot of plain paper for journaling. Now, I got this from Denise at A Tattered Dream, this bag. And this is a Graphic 45 tag. It's the new die cut that they have to die cut pattern paper to put on the tags that you already have. Then doesn't cut the tag, it just cuts the designer paper around it. And I absolutely love it. I got all three sizes. There's a teensy weensy one in the middle and the long and whatever. So that's a Graphic 45. This is a stencil. This is Tim Holtz's Flourish stencil. And then there again, as I say, there's a lot of blank paper. Here's some music paper that I've stenciled on. I also made this pocket. There's a pocket here that you could stick something in. I sewed around it as well, and then I stenciled on that. This is a time record book that I got from Denise at A Tattered Dreams. It fits. So you got a pocket here, and then you've got a pocket there. And then you open it up. Now this is vellum, and this is Tim Holtz's vellum that correlates with one of his collections, and I forget the name of it. Stenciled again. This is Tim Holtz's paper. They called it glassine. It's not the same glassine as we think of as glassine. I stamped on. This is the center of our signature. I've done nothing with these yet. You could sew up, well, you can't sew them up now, but you could glue up the sides and make a pocket if you want to cover up the stitching. And then, as I say, we go on. Now, this is the back side of the first signature, so it's just showing the back side. There's music that I stenciled some on it. There again, I left a lot of paper. I made a pocket. This is all a handmade pocket, and I stenciled on it as well and used a Martha Stewart. This is another little envelope that I made. This idea came, well, it came from Wendy and a couple others as well. And Wendy correlates her so the reading all goes the same direction on the front, doesn't on the back. And another gal did this as well, which I really, really like. Stitched around it. This is an old book page. This is just a piece of cardstock, and then I just stapled a piece of cardstock on the top as a tab. I stamped on it. It says a little something for you. This I got at Hobby Lobby. It's a taster's card to grade tasting if you're tasting wine, which I never have done that. And so here they go all in this little pocket. I have one of these pockets that's virtually the same in all three signatures. Here's the back side of the paper bag. Now I cut across the top, and the front part of the bag has the opening. And instead of cutting across the bottom, I cut across the top. This is one of Wendy's tutorials where I sewed pattern paper, not pattern paper. This is pattern paper on the front, and this is a Project Life card. And on the back, I used a coffee dyed paper just like she does. Absolutely love it. And it's just a tag, and then you could journal on the back if you'd like. And then I have it down in the top of this paper bag opposed to the side. Gives it a little different. Another flourish. And then here's the back part of our doily, and our I kept calling this a napkin the last time. Then I did a flip through, and it was a doily. And then on the back of it is a little paper clip that I enhanced and made. Now here's the beginning of the second signature, and on this little tab it has a little orange, because there's a little orange on the book. Oh, see, a bead, a little orange bead on the tag through a little grommet. As I say, Wendy did this with the tags, and at the top it's got the fabric little tab as well. There again, all my signatures are the same. They're laid out the same if I do 3, 5, or whatever. Of course, the doily and the calligraphy paper from Hobby Lobby. I saw somebody else use this. I think it was Artie Mae. Use this calligraphy paper. It's the very same paper. Of course, here's some blank pages to journal on. Now, here's another bag, and then on this one, I have an envelope that I made. It's just like the other envelope, but I've got it down in this pocket. And as I say, I've left a lot of blank pages. And here's another piece of music. Now here, this is also Wendy's tutorial. This is a Project Life card that is cut down inside. Oh! I don't know if I can get it. I'll try. Oh, I'm sorry. There. Oh, I got it. It's a Project Life card that is cut down in width, not length. And then she took another piece of cardstock, and then I've got a butterfly. She used different things. She used some cutout things from Edith Holden's flower books and whatever. And then over the top of that is a piece of vellum, which gives it a little smoky look. It's real, and then it's stitched all the way around. And then on the back of it is some paper from my Edith Holden, book. And I've got that secured in here with one of Tim Holtz's little baby paper clips. But I really, and then it is a pocket. You could, oh, wait a minute. You could put something down in there as well. Oh, and I threw that on the floor. Here's another piece of Timmy's vellum, and here's another, the center of our signature. Now, this is just stamped, a pair of stamps that I've had. I love that stamp. There's the back part of the vellum. Tim's vellum, another music page where I stenciled on as well. Here is the second pocket. Now, this is another one. This is an Edith Holden's book page. I bought one of her. I'd like some more, but they're hard to find. And then on the back, and this is from Wendy's tutorial, where and there again, it's a Project Life card, and then 2 of them put together, and then well, 1 of them, and then with the paper on the back, and then the bird design on the front. It slips down in our pocket. Here's another. There's just a little pretty girl, and then on the back of it, you can stencil or journal. Here's another one of the little, and I think I'm not sure, but I do think this was Yolanda's, and it's real easy and fun to make. I mean, I watched so many, you know, now here's the back side of the pocket, or the paper bag, and then here's another Wendy's tutorial. And then I cut this at the top to make it look more like a tag. I stenciled on the front. It's just paper. And then on the back, of course, is finished off with tea dye paper. And then it's got a cloth tag on the top. And then there again, it's snuggled down in this paper bag on the top opposed to the side. They're all the same. There's paper. There's my calligraphy and my doily and the back page. Now here's the starting of our 3rd signature. Here's a little bead. It's a little yellow bead. It's on a garment pin through an eyelet on the tabs, and then at the top is the fabric. There again, same thing with the doily and the calligraphy paper. This is the pocket. I don't have anything in this one. And then I stamped where you could journal on this. And here's the pocket. Now this is just some ephemera I had, and then you can, I think this is graphic 45. It is graphic 45. Then you could journal on the back, and it scoots down into this bag that I got from Denise. music, the stamp, another Tim's vellum. We go through. Now here's the center of our last signature again. Now here is, I stamped across the top with a stamp where you could journal, and then I made this envelope. It's the same, it's a little different size, and you can put something down in that as well. And then I made this tag. This is just a piece of Tim's paper, I believe. I just made a tag, put a grommet, and then put some seam binding in it. There again is the calligraphy. There's some more music. It's virtually the same. Now here's our third pocket. They're all three alike. And in this one, I took a manila tag. I tried a manila tag, and with my Tiffany stamp, which I love. This is just another sewed around. I've just been sewing everything with my new sewing machine, Wendy. Just a little tag that I sewed around. And here's another one of the envelopes that I made. And then I stenciled and then closed it up and put it here where you could put memorabilia in or hide something secret, and that'd be fun. Here's the top part cut again of the paper bag. You can journal on the back. It's a postcard, and I'm just almost sure they are graphic 45. Let me get this in here. These are so lightweight, really, and I did make a thumb full, but they're a little lightweight. So there we go. Just paper, whatever. Now at the back, this is another paper clip that I made, and it is just a piece of cardstock folded in half, and then I cut the details on the top part, and it's got a stamp on it, and it's got some fabric behind it, and it hides that. Now this is one of Wendy's tutorials. This is one of Edith Holden's pictures out of her book, and this part is this is Tim Holtz's The Flower. This is a little journaling pad, and Wendy showed how to do this. This is another part of Edith Holden's text, and you just make this. This is cut-offs from my coffee dye paper. You just zigzag across the top and glue it too, and of course it's got the pretty bird on the back. So I put this, I didn't want to glue it down because I wanted you to be able to see the back and take it out and write on it and do whatever. So I've got it here on the back, secured with the paper clip, and that is the back. And the back is just plain. Now here's the book. Here is the spine of the book. This is the real spine. Well, see, I'm having a trouble. I had a little bit of trouble with that when I took it out. Part of it tore. I mean, this is an old book. I bought several, you know, and I like to redo them. And sometimes I have one that I have shown that I left the pages of the book in and glued them together and whatever. But this I gutted and started from the beginning. I don't know if I pulled out these tags on the front. I think I did. So that's my latest project. I wanted to show. I'm going to offer this on my, I'm going to come down here and tie this. I'm going to offer this on capturedonpaper.com like I did my other one. In a couple days I'll have it up. Just go on capturedonpaper.com and in search just put Gwen, or it'll show up when it's new. Now when it isn't new, it'll be in the books and whatever. I like doing these. These are fun. I bought a whole bunch of these books like for $1 a piece. at an antique store. Uh, but I've got some other ideas that I'm going to make as well. Um, I've got a little tutorial I think I'm going to do here pretty soon. It's on policy envelopes and securing them with the string tie and whatever. I do it a little bit different. I know there's been several I've been watching in the last few days. So I think I might do that. And then I'm going to start a new journal uh, with some added features that I haven't done before that I've learned how to do. So I hope you enjoyed this. And as I say, my name is Gwen, captured on paper .com. If you have any questions, please ask down below. I'm more than happy to answer any I can. If you're not subscribed to my channel, please do, and appreciate a thumbs up. And I will be back real soon with another tutorial. Not tutorial, another flip through. Well, maybe a tutorial. Thank you so much and have a great weekend. Bye-bye.